Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. I will never tire of saying that it is with great joy that I come to be with you today. For me, every moment, every time I come here is the opportunity to leave all my energy attached to the words spoken here. They are not just words, each one of them carries my energy with it. And every time you hear or read the words, you will receive this energy. This is fantastic for you guys. We have this power to keep our energy emanating infinitely, we don't need to carry it every moment. It's not like a crystal that needs to be charged to emanate energy. This energy that we put into words is an energy that comes from Father or Mother God, so it is in everything and everyone, it never ends, it never ceases, it never decreases in intensity. So rest assured, that even a message said a long time ago by any of us, it will still contain the energy that was placed there at the time of its generation. That's why you need to be very careful about what you listen to, because nothing ends. In the same way that we put positive energy of love into everything we say, there are those who put the opposite energy and pretend to be us. It is up to each of you to analyze the energy received. Many still do not think they are capable of this, and choose to always remain in the same place. I would tell you that staying inside a cave, hidden from the world, is interesting, because there you are supposedly protected. But what about the day that the cave, for some natural reason, collapses, or suddenly, when leaving, some animal decides to make its home there too? What will you do? Will you be ready to walk the world? Will you have the courage to look for another cave? Or will you stay there waiting for the animal to leave to return to its home? What if the animal doesn't leave, if it is violent and attacks you? So understand this parable in the following way, it is not by hiding within a single place that you are protected. Great wisdom is learning to distinguish where is right, where is wrong, where positive energy is being emanated, where negative energy is being emanated. And there is a very interesting point, sometimes our messages are attacked, they are manipulated. Then you may ask, but how, if your positive energy is there, how can the message be tainted? I explain to you, our energy is not changed, they still do not have this capacity and nor will they ever have. But understand this, the message to reach you goes through a medium, and this medium can be manipulated. It's as if they took our message and wrapped it in a big ball of negative energy. So when you hear the message, you will not be hearing our words in a distorted way, because they will continue to be positive, only the bubble that is placed around them prevents you from receiving them. What's more, as long as you are listening, you will be receiving the negative energy placed in that bubble. So where is the security? There is no 100% safe place. This is a time of learning, a time of knowing how to distinguish what is negative from what is positive. Knowing how to distinguish whether there is actually our energy or there are just our words, enveloped, surrounded by negative energy, and this is what comes to you. How to distinguish this? I believe that I will scare many people, because they believe that there is no danger in choosing just one place. So I will explain something else to you. All the energy emanated by us, through a channel, whatever it may be, creates a large egregore around this channel. So people who are attracted to that frequency of that channel, if they come with a pure, open, clean heart, add this egregore. Then this egregore becomes bigger and bigger and brighter. Now, you will agree with me that not everyone who arrives has this energy. There is a large majority, who enter the channels to precisely try to tarnish this great created egregore. So how to make the distinction? By observation. Many people, I have already said this here and it has already been said by many, the decision to be a channel, to channel messages from beings of light, is not yours. It's not about waking up one day and deciding, I'm going to be a channel. This is a walk of the soul. Let's say this is a task of that soul, and when this task is set by the master of that soul, that person will become a channeler. Not because she wanted to, because her master defined it. And this person has a journey, they can expand more and more over time. So notice that there is growth in that channel, or rather, that channeler. And if there is growth, it is because that egregore formed around it is being fed by many who vibrate in the same range. So that channeler's path becomes more and more expanded, more and more increased, and he starts to receive messages from the entire universe, even from beings that you don't know. I ask you to do an analysis, how many of you actually, who hear these messages, try to follow them, try to understand them? I would say few, but these few help maintain this great egregore. So realize that the larger this egregore, the probability of contamination decreases. Because no matter how much they try to tarnish the messages posted by that channel, they cannot, because an egregore of light, of love, of evolution of the people who are connected to that channel was created there. What I'm saying may seem confusing, but I want you to learn to observe what is said by the channelers. What is their journey? Did they grow or remain attached to a single being of light, who supposedly maintains them? How is his walk? Start your observation there, and the higher a channeler's walk, the more that egregore around him increases. Because it attracts more and more people who want to vibrate on that track. Why do you choose a certain channel on your internet? For the vibration that that channel brings. And where does this vibration come from? It comes from the egregore created by that channel and by the people inside. The great wisdom in this current moment is to observe each one's walk. How big is the egregore? What energy, what vibration is that egregore transmitting? And I guarantee you, that where the egregore is quite illuminated, there is no contamination, because the egregore is greater than the force that the medium would have on each message. So this is how you need to be very careful. Currently, and you will see this happening, there is a profusion of new channels and new channelers. Why? Just to confuse more than add. I'm not saying here that everyone is not good, I just ask you to observe. Before listening to the messages, put on your protections and then yes, you will listen, and learn to observe what that message brought. What did you feel? Did it feel good? I'll start observing. Oh no, something didn't add up here. So don't listen anymore. Never forget that the environment is managed by them. Your internet was created by the light, because we needed this medium to expand our messages, but those in charge are not from the light. So they do everything possible to mix your minds, encouraging new people to start new paths. And I would like to say one more point, some messages are copied, as you say, and placed in other places, through other people. So I will state the following, in this moment, here now, I Sananda am speaking, my energy is being put into every word spoken here and you will hear these words and receive my energy. Take these written words and repeat them with another voice, I will not be there, you will only be listening to my teachings, you will not be receiving my energy. So know how to differentiate one thing from another. Receiving a message from a being of light is one thing, copying this message and putting it in another voice is another. So know what you are listening to. Of course, my teaching will be there, without a doubt, if the words are not changed, my teaching will be there. But it will not contain my energy, let that be very clear. And many are allowing themselves to be deceived in this way, thinking that they can hear messages that have been received and they will be there reproducing my energy. Don't be fooled. Our energy will be in the message produced by the channeler, only then. Otherwise, there will only be the teaching, not our energy. So right now, I would just like you to be very careful where you listen. That's what I said, whoever manipulates the environment is not of the light. So the environment can be contaminated wherever they want. Now the larger the egregore formed, the greater the light around a large channel, the greater the protection, this is also true. So, choose carefully where you will listen to messages. We will never say here that you don't hear messages from other channels, this would not be from the light. Because if there are several channelers, there are different messages. They may even have the same subject, but they are different, because each channeler is unique and each message has the channeler's energy as well. He's not dead. The message contains our energy and his. Of course, ours is in much greater volume, but there is his too. So, you can listen to whoever you want and it will be quite interesting for you to hear other ways of saying the same things. Now I repeat again, observe the plumber's walk and observe what you feel. And never listen to anything without your protections active, whatever channel it is. It's good, it's interesting that you always have your protections active, so that you can correctly distinguish the message you are listening to. And never judge a plumber. You are listening to a message and felt that it was negative, don't judge the channeler, don't label him as being from the non-light, beware of judgment. It's like I explained, the message may have been encapsulated by negative energy, the channeler has nothing to do with it. So be careful with what you say about plumbers, any judgment cannot be made. So learn to observe and distinguish. No one is stuck in one place, it's worth listening to several places. Now know where you will listen and how you will listen, always protected, in any situation. Because in this way, anything whatsoever will never reach you. And at the slightest feeling that something is not good, that message is strange, you don't have to go all the way to get confirmation, stop immediately, and shout, I am light. I am light. I am light. Ready, any vibration from that message will be eliminated from your body and your aura. So be very careful. The time is now for expansion, to confuse, not to help. A lot of people calling themselves new channels. Be careful, because many people also have a pure heart, believing that they are really channeling a being of light. But I can tell you, it is a big mistake, because imitating us is not difficult, and they think they are doing their best thing in the world, but they are giving voice to the non-light. Because every word said there, through that channeler, emanates negative energy. But the plumber is thinking he is doing something for the good of the whole. So I ask every plumber who suddenly decided to receive messages, who gave you this task? Was it your higher self? Was it your master? Or did you suddenly wake up wanting to channel and start? So I leave you with this question, how did your journey begin? Answer and you will know what you will be channeling.